Hello, so today I'm just going to be quickly going over how tabs work and how they're a lot easier to use and simpler than opening new windows every time. So tabs are essentially these top things. Each represents a different site that you might visit. So I have my bank, maybe my email, some random searches, maybe a game, maybe a YouTube video playing. But ultimately, tabs are a way to keep track of all the different things you do without having to have new windows. So as you can see, each different tab represents a different thing I could be doing, and each has the name. So this is a game, this says YouTube up here, this says what a tab is, and you can hover over them with your mouse, and you see sometimes it will expand to show you what the full name. Sometimes it will just be a Google search, sometimes it's YouTube, sometimes it's the full name. But you can hover over tabs to see what's there, or just click on them and check, and each one gets loaded. So it's quite easy to use, and it's a lot more simpler than having multiple windows. Because if you have multiple windows, then you have to continually look through and try and find what you left. So if I have, 3 tabs open on different windows, it might be really hard for me to navigate through all of them. But if you instead keep all your windows, instead you keep it as a single window and just have multiple tabs at the very top, it means that you don't have to constantly click the X at the very top right or switch between things, and you can rather just keep everything in front of you to switch quickly between them. To use tabs, the first thing you can see is in the top, to the right of each tab, there's a little plus. No matter how many tabs you have, it will always keep to the far right. So you see now it's here, and then ultimately when you have enough tabs, it will just keep right on the far right in the same position, right here. And this is a new tab thing. So each time you want to use a new tab, all you have to do is click the plus bar at the top, and you can open a new one and go to wherever you want, say Google Docs or say your email. And then when you're done with it, all you have to do is click the X mark if you don't want it to be there anymore. And each tab you can see has an X mark at the right. And no matter how many tabs there are, they will always have the X mark to the right of each tab. So to reiterate, each new tab has an X mark which you can use to close the tabs on the right side of the individual tab. And then on the far right of every single tab, all however many you have, will be the plus button, which allows you to create new tabs. That's about all for tabs, but essentially they're very easy to use, and they help to make everything a bit faster and make everything a lot easier to use rather than constantly opening new windows in other areas.